All right, so today we're jumping into a really interesting set of sources, all focused on one specific place in South Africa. We're looking at the Gariep Eco Reserve.
Which is on a farm called Badsfontein, right near a little town called Kleinvie.
Exactly. So our mission here is to get past the marketing copy. The sources talk about finding a shortcut to being at peace. So the question is, how does that actually work? What are they really offering here?
Well, what's so fascinating is how the sources just throw you right into the setting.
Yeah.
They're not selling you a pretty picture. They're describing, almost a survival ethic.
Okay.
You're in the Gariep Karoo. It's vast. It's arid. The air is so clean that the stars at night are just overwhelming. And then the day is this intense, dry heat.
So the place itself is the main character, really.
It defines everything. It's the South African heartland, and that physical reality is the entire experience.
Okay, let's get specific then. Where exactly are we?
So the Gariep Eco Reserve is in the Eastern Cape, and it operates completely on this working farm, Badsfontein. And its location is key. It's right near Venterstad and the Gariep Dam.
And the Gariep Dam is huge, isn't it?
It's colossal. It's one of the biggest storage dams in the country. So you have this huge lifeline of water right on the edge of this semi-desert Karoo biome.
Ah, okay. So you've got this incredible contrast. Aridity meets this massive controlled water source.
Precisely. And that dynamic is critical. It means the reserve isn't just about untouched nature. It's about, this constant need for careful, integrated land management.
That makes perfect sense. So we're not just looking at a pretty spot, we're looking at a successful balancing act. So what do the sources say is the goal for a guest then? It sounds like it's more than a typical safari.
It is. It's framed as an invitation for discerning guests to really understand the richness of Africa's more challenging landscapes and the wildlife that thrives there.
And that leads right into their whole philosophy, I imagine.
It does. And this is the intellectual core of it, I think. The sources really stress that the reserve is managed holistically. And that's not just a buzzword here.
Okay, so explain that, because holistic is a word that gets thrown around a lot. What does it actually mean for a working Karoo farm like Badsfontein?
Right. It's about getting beyond the old silos of, farming over here and conservation over there. Holistic management integrates the farm's profitability, the livestock, for instance, with the ecological health of the land itself.
So they have to work together.
They have to. It's a deliberate strategy. They use things like planned grazing cycles that sort of mimic how natural herds would have moved.
Now that's interesting, to actively improve the soil.
Exactly, to improve soil health and regenerate the land, which is just so important in a fragile ecosystem like the Karoo. The minimal interference they advertise, that's the result of all this very active, very sustainable work.
That's a crucial distinction. So they're not just preserving it, they're actively using the farm to make the eco-reserve healthier.
You got it.
So what does that mean for you, the visitor? What does that feel like?
It means it feels profoundly authentic. You're not in some sealed-off tourist park. You're welcomed into the daily rhythm of Badsfontein. You're connecting to the heart of the Gariep region.
Where conservation and making a living are the same thing.
Yes. That integration is what creates that intimate experience the sources talk about. You're seeing nature and people coexisting on purpose.
So we've kind of mapped it out. We have the physical location, the massive dam nearby, and now this intellectual model behind it, all this holistic management. We're past the emotional promise and into the engineering of the tranquility.
And the key takeaway really is that balance you mentioned. It's a working, profitable farm and a dedicated eco-reserve at the same time. This dual identity, driven by a philosophy of regeneration, is what makes it so unique.
So, for you, the learner, here's the question to think about. When a commitment to minimal interference actually requires such a high degree of active, sustainable management, how does that change your definition of unspoiled beauty when you visit a place like the Gariep Karoo?